All right, y'all. So what's up? So listen, Carl Sagan, okay, he predicted accurately what 2025 was gonna be. They're saying this for 2021. I'm calling BS. 2021 was not that well. I wonder if this is I wonder if they're posting this clip in reference to January 6th. Because if they are, then okay, then that there could be something around that. But if this clip is not in relation to January 6th, like it accurately predicts like what we're experiencing now in 2025 and what we're going to experience going forward. And then I'm going to also get into you know who's to blame, because everybody wants to blame somebody, and I think there's only a particular group of people that are to blame.
Last thing before we go tonight is a new appreciation of Carl Sagan that so many people find way overdue. Armed
Mm-hmm.
with 4 degrees from the University of Chicago, try that
Jesus
in your spare time. Sagan was an astronomer, scientist, astrophysicist, a genuine public intellectual. He taught at Harvard and Cornell
Mm-hmm.
and was ahead of his time almost by definition. Jason Johnson called our attention to this clip on social media today. Here is Carl Sagan on Johnny Carson calling out a new movie called Star Wars for its faulty assumptions and lack of diversity.
Star Wars starts out saying it's on some other galaxy.
Right.
And then you see there's people.
So hold on. I don't want to talk
How
about this
that,
part.
Carl Sagan,
I want to talk about this
for
part.
Wookiees everywhere. As the noted astrophysicist Ron Popeil would say, but wait, there's more. Carl Sagan could not have predicted 2021, but he did see it coming. He wrote the following back in 1995, and we quote, I have a foreboding of an America in my children's or grandchildren's time when the United States is a service and information economy, when nearly all the manufacturing industries have slipped away to other countries, when awesome technological powers are in the hands of a very few, and no one representing the public interest can even grasp the issues, when the people have lost the ability to set their own agendas or knowledgeably question those in authority, when clutching our crystals and nervously consulting our horoscopes, our critical faculties in decline, unable to distinguish between what feels good and what's true, we slide almost without noticing back into superstition and darkness. The dumbing down of America is most evident in the slow decay of substantive content in the enormously influential media. The 30-second sound bites now down to 10 seconds or less. Lowest common denominator programming, credulous presentations on pseudoscience and superstition, but especially a kind of celebration of ignorance. Roll that around for a while. Those were among his final published words. He died 10 months later. Here we are 25 years later, realizing just what he was trying to tell us back then.
So yeah, he's absolutely correct. Carl Sagan was absolutely correct, because here's the thing, and here's what I want to leave y'all with, okay? The issue isn't, okay? The issue isn't the president, okay? Because you can have anybody as president. You could have, heck, Harambe could be elected president. The president really doesn't matter, okay? As long as what matters, because he's one person, he can't be everywhere. He can't do everything. Yes, he can make decisions, but president doesn't matter. Okay, so whether you you can't just blame Trump, you can't just blame Biden, you can't blame Obama, you can't blame Bush, you can't blame Clinton, you can't blame other Bush. You know what I'm saying? Did I get everybody? I think that was everybody. Like the last 5 years, you can't blame any of them, like just explicitly one person. The people at fault for letting it happen are elected representatives. Congress is supposed to be the body that keeps everything together. And we need to start holding our elected officials accountable. If you are not seeing the results you want in life, you need to look at Congress. You need to ask your congressperson, hey, what are you doing? What am I paying you for? That's what you need to do. That's who you need to ask questions to. This is just a fact. That's who it is. That's who the problem is. Congress. And until the day we start holding these elected officials accountable, until the day we take money out of politics, because Congress has the ability to basically, almost everything is in Congress' hands. The president is a figurehead. Constitution-wise, he's almost a figurehead. He's just the guy that's supposed to represent us as far as like a singular person that another country's leader can talk to. But at the end of the day, most of the day-to-day decisions that affect your everyday life is supposed to be Congress. That's who it's supposed to be. Congress has the ability to override the president's veto. If they agree, they can pretty much run the country. They put the laws in place, and the president has to execute on it. Yes, the president may have his own agenda and may have his own way of executing the laws that are on the books, but that's it. That's it. He's stuck with the laws that are on the book, and the Supreme Court is supposed to say whether or not what the things that are being executed and the laws that are being passed, whether or not they're legal and they hold up to the Constitution. So going forward, y'all gotta hold Congress accountable. That's it. We have to hold Congress accountable, whether it's in their town halls, whether it's, you know what I'm saying, primarying the people that, you know what I'm saying, that have been, you know, they're too comfortable. Cool. We're going to primary them. We're going to get them up out of here. Like, that's what it boils down to. That's what Carl Sagan was talking about, is that we're not educated enough to know where the actual power lies, to hold the actual people accountable that need to be accountable. There's a reason why lobbying groups get paid so much money. Follow the money. If you want to know what you need to pay attention to, you need to follow the money every single time. If you follow the money, you're going to find it. You're going to find everything that you need to actually pay attention to, and the things you need to push towards. Because they don't hide their moves. Their moves are in plain sight all the time, every time. So you need to look up who your House of Representative person is. Look up who your senator is, and you need to ask yourself, is this person doing the job I need them to do? If they're not doing the job, you need to get rid of them. Period. Dot. Period. Dot. Period. Dot. Because the president can't do what they're doing without the okay from Congress. Whether it's an okay with Congress sitting on their hands, or it's an okay by Congress saying, yeah, that's cool, you can go do that. That's what the power of checks and balances is. The Supreme Court also plays a role in checking both of them and making sure they're held to account. That's how that works. And the executive branch is to hold those two other branches into account. That's what that's for. That's what that's for. Anyway, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Y'all have a good one. Stay blessed. And I'll see y'all in the next video.